You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I'm going to be overall talking on... Wait for a second, somebody just followed me on Instagram, so let me just see who it is real quick. Yeah, I don't know who it was just some random person, but anyways, what I overall wanted to talk on was people reselling the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. So I have not seen how much people are reselling the PlayStation 5 for, but I did see, and I just got a comment on YouTube. Excuse me, somebody was saying that they seen an Xbox being sold for $5,000. Now, let me just remind you that the Xbox Series X cost, I think, yeah, $499. And then I think the Xbox Series S, how much does that cost? Price... It's like $399, $299. Okay, so it's the Xbox Series X is $499, and then the Series S is $299. And even the Series S, I seen people was like trying to resell it for a crazy amount and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, there's somebody. So it costs $299. Probably after tax, it's like $300 and something. And StockX, they're selling it for $468. And then you got to pay $25 for shipping. That's some highway robbery. I'm like, and that's the thing about it. I know people would be like, oh, well, it's probably like a bundle or something. No. See, here's the thing that you said some people might not know about the reselling business. Nothing is being added to what's being resold. So it's pretty much collecting dust as the time progresses on. And that's why if you go and check shoes or any other object in the world that's worth like Pokemon cards or Xboxes or PlayStations, they will sit, collect dust, and the Xbox and PlayStation just came out this week. So there's not, it's not really would be in that category as something to be considered a collectible, like a collectibles item. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand. This stuff just came out this week. Why is it being charged for a crazy amount? And that's why I'm like, I made a video talking about it, and I encouraged all my followers. And if y'all didn't see the video, I encourage each and every one of you guys to wait until they restock at stores and try your luck again. But do not give these guys an extra $100, $200, $50, $1. I don't care how much they're recharging it for, trying to make some profit off of it. If they're not selling it as the original retail price that it should cost, you don't buy it. Do not buy it. Because I told myself I was not going to buy no Xbox Series X off of no Amazon. And Amazon was charging $2,000 for it. I'm like, you guys crack down on people trying to resell paper towels and toilet paper and hand sanitizer. But you guys can't crack down on this. I'm like, to me, that's stupid. I'm like, there ain't nothing being added to it. Like, for paper towels, if it's the 12 pack, you better add another 12 pack. If I'm spending like $100, $200, if it's $100, $200, you better be giving me like a year's supply of toilet paper or however much like toilet paper. Like, so let's say if I get the 12 pack, but I get like multiple for $200, then I'm like, the amount that I should get for $200 better be what's arriving at my front steps when I order it. But I'm not going to spend $200 for one pack of toilet paper. I'm like, nah, you're tripping. But now let's go on StockX and see how much the PlayStation 5s are going for. So, PlayStation 5. $900. Wow, that is crazy. $900 for the Blu-ray edition, which is the disc edition, and then $860 for the digital edition. That's crazy. Then there's like a wireless headset. What is this? I ain't never heard of this before. Pulse 3D. Huh. But let's see how much this costs, because StockX is charging $160 for it. How much would that cost by now? $99, and somebody's on StockX trying to sell it for $160. And after tax, it'll probably be like what? $99. It'll probably be like 105, 110, depending on where you're at. $73 for the controller, which is because I think the controllers are like $69.99. So I'm like, sounds reasonable. That sounds like, just after the tax and stuff. But anyways, they're even selling a PlayStation 4, the 500 million limited edition for $725. That's just insane to me. That's really insane. 920th edition PlayStation 4, 950. So they're selling PlayStation 4s for $725 and $950. And that costs more than the PlayStation 5. I'm like, bruh, I don't care what special or what colorway it is for the PlayStation 4. It costs more than the new console. I'm like, that's crazy to me. That is some crazy stuff right there. Yeah, I'm like, I don't encourage anybody to go online and buy. So I wonder if the price for the Xbox Series X. So let's just Xbox Series. Let's just type that up. So $796. So I think they went up in prices, and then $468 for the Xbox Series X S. And then for the Europe and UK edition, so the Europe edition is like $3 more, and then the UK edition for the Series S is so it's cheaper. It's $18 cheaper, but they're selling controllers, other editions of it. Oh, the UK edition costs $837. So that's crazy. That is some crazy stuff. They got playing cards that cost $225. You guys are high. Man, I'm like, the reselling business dead. You guys, people do whatever it takes to make some money, and I'm like, what are you gaining from this? There's nothing to gain. Like, my thing is that, okay, so you make like 10, 12 bucks off of what you just, and that's why people, I think they're like trying to add $200-300 more to it, because they're like, oh, well, I spent $500 on it, so I gotta add like some profit. I gotta make some, like, make my money back and some. And I'm like, no, you need to just buy the console and play it. I'm not gonna buy a console to sell it or anything else. I'm not gonna. No, I'm like, video games. I know people would probably be like, but Tyler, aren't you the same person that was selling video games? I was selling them to GameStops, so I was actually losing my money, but that's because I either hated the game or I wasn't playing it. But yeah, I'm like, I lost out on money. So I'm like, yeah, it's one thing if you losing out on money, then that's like, you obviously just don't care. My thing is like, yeah, when it's a game that I don't like, I'm like, yeah, I don't care about the money that I lost out on. The game is trash. I don't like it. So plus I found like ways around it. I'm like, I waited until the game was like, because I know GameStops, they did the thing where if the game was like, if you bought it used, you can get your money back after 7 days. And so I was like, cool, dope. Or not after 7 days, but you could get your money back during the 7 days. And so I was like, okay, cool, dope. So yeah, I was all like, I play that game that night, play as much of it as I can. If I ain't like it, I'm right back up at that GameStop saying, yeah, this game was garbage. I'm like, I ain't like it. I was like, and then there's the crazy thing about it. I'm like, there are some games that I have, I'm like, I can't even give them back because I'm like GameStop. So I'm like, the game is pretty much mine forever. So I'm like, that's just stuff that you got to accept. But you guys, on the other hand, it's like y'all bought it to resell it. Y'all ain't even playing it. That's just a waste of money. That is a waste of money. You're wasting your money more than the person that you trying to get to buy the PlayStation or Xbox from you. Because my thing is like, what if nobody buys it? What if I was, because I'm like, man, that's why I wish I had like millions of followers. I wish I had millions of listeners on my podcast. I wish, because I most likely would have been that person that ruined the reselling business. Because, man, it's like, it's stupid when they do stuff like that. You're ruining the opportunities for other people that actually want to play the Xbox, that actually want to play the PlayStation, and they can't play it because, oh, this person somewhere across the world in freaking Kentucky wanted to hurry up and buy it before everybody else and to just resell it on StockX. I'm like, nah, man, don't do stuff like that. That's just, to me, it's not fair to the person that wants to actually play it. And there's people that I know that actually want to play the Xbox, that actually wants to play the PlayStation 5. And they can't do that because, oh, this guy in Georgia, he wanted to buy it before everybody else and just to resell it on StockX or any other reselling website. And I'm like, man, to me, that's just, it's pointless. But no, let's check Amazon. Let's see Amazon.com. See how much PlayStation 5s are going for on there. It would be nice. Oh, so they're selling PlayStation 5 video games. Demon Souls, huh? They're charging $49.98 for the new Spider-Man game, and this is the launch edition? Nah, that's not. No. They're not charging that much for that game. They are charging that, but plus free shipping and free return. Bro, shout out to who did this? Who's behind this? Because I'm like, whoever is behind that, shout out to you. You're charging for a brand new video game $49.99. You know, that's the messed up part about it. How much with the Ultimate? Yeah, that's $69.99. But anyways, nah, shout out to Sony if they are charging that much for the game. But that's crazy, though. That's what I was going to mention, how they're charging. They're going to be upping the prices for video games. I'm like, bro, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that at all. PlayStation 5 console. They ain't even got like the PlayStation 5 consoles up on Amazon. They got everything else. PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, the PlayStation Classic, so the original PlayStation. So yeah, they're not. Maybe if they have the Xbox Series X. No, nothing. Maybe if I type up PlayStation 5 Amazon. PlayStation 5 console. They still don't have it. What's up? They just have the... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Currently unavailable. Oh, so it's currently unavailable. That's good. That's good. You know, so people won't be trying to... Yeah, I think that's good. I would rather see that than somebody trying to charge $2,000 for it. Let's see if they did anything to the Xbox Series X. Amazon. Because knowing there's going to probably be somebody up on here trying to... Oh, here's this page. Oh, long page. They, like, always take me to a page. I'm like, bro, oh, so it's also currently unavailable. That's good. That's good. I'm like, Amazon must have cracked down on that and been like, no, there ain't going to be people up on here buying this console for no $2,000 and there ain't nothing being added to it. Because my thing is that if I'm spending $2,000 for it, I better get a crap ton of video games that's coming with it. Games that I have not played before. So I'm saying brand spanking new games, okay? I better get a couple of controllers. I better get, no, on top of that, I better get everything. I better get both the Xbox Series X and the S if I'm spending $2,000 on it, because both of them consoles do not go up to $2,000. I better get 2 controllers for each console, 2 headsets for each console, and a crap ton of video games. And still probably wouldn't be able, because there ain't even a whole lot of Xbox Series X video games that's out right now. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I better get a crap ton of stuff with it if I'm spending $2,000 on it. But I'm spending $2,000 because I'll tell you guys. So I did an unboxing video, and what comes with the Xbox Series X is, and I managed this. So I was lucky and fortunate enough to get it at Walmart. So as soon as it turned, I think if you guys like checked out my story time of when I bought my Xbox Series X, because I was so excited that day. I'm still kind of excited that I have it and stuff, but when it was like, as soon as because I went to Walmart and they told me that it would be available at 9 o'clock on their website. So I go all the way home. I waited and waited and waited. I was like, look, if I thank God I did not go to sleep or anything, but I sat. So what I did was, to keep myself up, I just did like an episode. I was ranting about people reselling it for a crazy amount, but I ended up scrapping that episode. But then I did another episode, which pretty much like led me a few minutes before 9 o'clock. So, but as soon as it was like 8:59, I had my card information on the website. I had like, the page already ready to be up and things. I have pretty much like the fastest computer in the world. And yeah, I went, as soon as it hit 9 o'clock, refreshed the page, add it to all, like, add the cart, purchase, place order, no one want no warranties or no other extra stuff that's going to cost me an extra amount of money. I just went ahead and got what I needed, and I ended up getting my Xbox Series X. So, and I spent, like, maybe it was like $500 because it was like $499, so it was like, of course, tax and all of that. because the tax out in Washington State is like 6.5%, I believe. So yeah, so I spent like maybe like 540 or something like that. I can't remember, but anyways, but yeah, I was like, cool, dope, like I have it. But what comes with the Xbox is, oh, wait a second, hold on first. I got a message, and it's a message about some shoes. But anyway, all right, I'm back. But anyway, so yeah, what comes with the Xbox Series X, because I didn't get the Series S, and it's probably the same thing with the Series S. But anyways, you get the Xbox console itself, one controller, and then a couple of wires. So that's all that you're getting. So my question is, to the person that's reselling it on StockX or wherever, what are you adding to the console that's making it like $700 or $2,000 or whatever price you're charging for it? Because, and even there was like, I seen that this morning, I forgot to mention that, but I seen that this morning, that people was really trying to sell the PlayStation 5 for $5,000. Are you smoking? Like, nah, you are definitely on crack if you think somebody is really gonna spend $5,000 for a console. And there's like, no, I'm so glad that stuff like this gets brought up and talked about, because I think people just needs to realize like how dumb that sounds. If you really think a person is going to spend $5,000 or even $2,000 or even $700 on a console that costs $499 retail, and you are not adding anything to it, that's why I'm like, no, with these reselling companies, they need to go ahead and switch that stuff to like just a regular price, or the resellers. Hold on for a second, another message. But yeah, what was I saying? I'm getting distracted by messages and stuff. That's why I should always put my phone behind me when I'm doing a podcast episode, but I keep it right here in front of me and stuff. But anyways, or just need to like learn how to write the message and then keep continuing what I was saying and stuff. But anyways, but yeah, I'm like, there's nothing being added to the console, so that's why I'm like, yeah, to those resellers, I'm like, what are you adding? But no, that's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, they need to switch it to where stuff like that, like after like I've had to say like probably the first 30 days it should be a retail price, but then afterwards then you can add whatever pricing you want to add to it and stuff. You want to make it $2,000 or $5,000, you very well can do that. But I just know, but it's like to just straight up teach these resellers a lesson, like, we're not trying to spend no crazy amount for some console. And I encourage people, if y'all didn't hear me early on in the episode or watch my video, I encourage you guys not to spend that crazy amount of money. But no, places like StockX, Amazon, any other reselling company that's going to be adding Xboxes or PlayStations or whatever, they should have it where they're like, okay, first 30 days it's gonna be $4.99 retail, and we'll like split it in things like like you'll get like some money off of the top or whatever and stuff. But yeah, you're gonna be pretty much wasting your money if you're going to be expecting. So yeah, I'm like, and that's how and I know people will be like, oh, okay, well then no, I'm saying 30 days after you submit the Xbox or PlayStation onto the StockX website. Because I'm like, no, that's how it should be. Whoever, when you submit it, then you got 30 days. And if nobody buys it or purchases it, then afterwards, then yeah, have it whatever crazy amount you want to add to it and stuff. And I know, and there's going to probably be some resellers out there who are like, oh, well then I'm not going to make any money. Good. I hope you don't. I don't want you to. Because I'm like, you're out here, there's people that actually want to play the console. And I know there's, in the reselling business, if you go on the StockX, you'll see a bunch of crap on there. From shoes, Xboxes, PlayStations, a bunch of stuff. But I'm like, there's people out here that want their all-time favorite Jordans, their all-time favorite Adidas shoes, or their all-time favorite Yeezys, or whatever. By you purchasing it and then selling it for like $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever much, however much money you want to buy, like, you have to understand, think of the one thing that you've always wanted in life. The number one thing that you've always wanted in life. And somebody buys it and they're like, oh, well, if you want it and stuff, even though this one thing, let's say it costs $1, and somebody's telling you, oh, you got to pay me $100 for it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all. There's the one shoes that I want, and the Bread 11s. I'm not spending. It was one of my friends. He was offering to like let me have it, but it was for $400. I'm like, bro, them shoes don't cost no $400. Them shoes didn't even cost $400 back when they very first got released. I'm not spending no $400 on some shoes. I'm like, I spent $400 on the self-lacing shoes. So I'm like, that's what needs to be added to some shoes if they're gonna be costing $400, a self-lacing feature. But if that ain't added to the shoe and it's just a regular shoe, I'm not spending that much on some shoes. I'm like, we could do a trade or something where you get like, something, but I'm not just gonna take 400 out of my pocket. I'm like, man, nah, that's crazy to me. And you would think because of this pandemic, people would like cut down prices on that stuff, but it's like, nope, people still trying to make their money and stuff. And I'm like, man, there's people that is using like their last bit of money to try to get their Xbox or PlayStation, and they, now they just gotta wait even longer. And I'm like, it's messed up how that console, it's like sold out everywhere and things. You would think that, well, I guess because of the pandemic, they probably couldn't really make a whole bunch of them and stuff, but there wouldn't be no way possible somebody came up and even if somebody had offered to give me $2,000 for it, I'm like, why? Like, why are you willing to give me that much money? And I'm like, there's nothing special about this console. It's just a regular issue. To me, it's just another gaming console. And I know if a person were like, okay, so what do you got to lose? That's $2,000 in your pocket. Yeah, that is $2,000 in my pocket. And I would love to have $2,000. But at the same time, you got to think about it. What if you come into a point in time in your life where you needed that extra $1,500? Because the console itself, once again, is $499. You give me an extra $1,500, and I'm sitting here using the money for whatever reason I want to use it for. And now you don't have this money, but you have a new Xbox, but you have a new PlayStation. Like, you gonna be satisfied with that? And it's like, let's say if you get into a car accident, or let's say if your significant other, they have some issues and stuff, and then they ain't gonna be able to have money for the rent or this and that and blah blah. There's all these other things, these problems that'll come up in life where you will need that money. So you're willing to spend that much. To the people that's willing to spend that much on that money and stuff, like, I can understand if you're like a famous rapper or a famous YouTuber and you making like thousands of dollars like every single day in things. But if you aren't doing that, like you're an average person like myself, you're a small YouTuber, you're barely making any money. Like you're around the same subscriber count as mine. There's no way possible you going to be okay or satisfied with that. So I'm like, yeah, the famous YouTuber or somebody, the ones they can go out and buy like 5 different Xboxes and PlayStations. And that's what I was like. I seen where Keemstar was he was doing like a giveaway, but he was all like, oh, you guys gotta subscribe to the channel and stuff and turn on post notifications and all of that. I'm like, bro, just give them away. Like, it shouldn't have to be about like, no, oh, like, subscribe to my channel, this and that and stuff. I'm like, man, just give the stuff away. Like, it's no disrespect to Keemstar, I kind of see what he's doing and stuff, but I'm like, bro, like, does it matter? Like, because my thing is like, okay, then the person doesn't win it, then there's just going to be a bunch of people unsubscribing from you and turning off the post notifications and stuff. So you're only going to have that for like a certain amount of time. Me, I'm like, I want my subscribers to subscribe to me for my content, not because I'm giving away a PlayStation or an Xbox. Like, eventually that stuff is like, yeah, I'm like, man, to me, I'm like, just give that stuff away. Like, do some David Dobrik stuff, travel out to a fan's house or something and, just give it to them and things. But I mean, that's already like what's happening and stuff, but I'm like, that should have been what was happening. Like, I'm just gonna choose like to whoever is subscribed to me right now and stuff, like, hey, like, you guys gonna win an Xbox or a PlayStation. But it's like, hey, to the new viewers and stuff, like, yeah, you guys, if you want this Xbox or PlayStation that you were waiting all night for, you're gonna have to subscribe and this and that. And I'm like, man, I don't know, I'm like, to me, I'm like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Like, I don't mind doing giveaways, but I'm going to do giveaways to stuff that's, like, available 24/7. Not something that everybody's struggling to get, and they can't get it and stuff because I'm buying them to do giveaways and get my subs up. Or some kid in freaking New Hampshire, freaking Florida or something, he was trying to resell it on StockX or something, or Amazon. I'm like, nah. It couldn't be me. I'm all like, I just, if when it's available like 24/7 and things, and I just, come across a fan and they don't have it, I'm like, I would imagine that by the time that happens, like, everybody's going to have an Xbox and a new Xbox and a new PlayStation. But yeah, I just think that it's crazy how that stuff is being just tossed around like that. And Sony and Microsoft, they're just not even, if I was like the CEO of Microsoft, like if I could go out and say some stuff like that, I'll tell people, I'm all like, hey, look, be patient, but don't go on these reselling websites and buy this stuff, because that's more money coming out of your pocket. No, I want the right amount of money coming out of your pocket, which is $4.99, and then after tax, based off of wherever you live at. But do not give nobody no $2,000 for this console unless they're giving you a crap ton of stuff with it. And if they're not doing that, then you just wait, be patient. All right, I encourage everybody out there, be patient. Cause and you know what I know people ask me like, how's the Xbox Series X? It's cool. You know, the only thing about it that's new is the loading screens, but literally everything else is the same. Video games, all of that, graphics are good. But there's like not much of a difference. You know, it could have been something, they could have came out with another Xbox and did the Xbox One and did the same exact thing on there. You know, so it's like, just think of like the last Xbox but better. You know, so the Xbox One X, but it's just better. You know, so and I'd imagine like with the PlayStation 5, it's probably the same thing. Fast loading screens, good graphics. Yeah, then of course some video games is gonna be coming out and stuff. So yeah, it's you know, it's cool. Like I like it. You know, I like it and stuff. But yeah, it ain't nothing. Like I feel like down the road, like when some new things and new stuff comes out and stuff, and they start focusing on it and things, and yeah, it'll probably be. I wonder now that they've came out with this like super console, like what are they gonna do next? Because they said with this one that it can go up to 8K quality. But it runs already at 4K quality, the Xbox Series X. I think the Xbox Series S runs at like 1440p quality or something, but it can run up to 4K quality. And it's like, and I think it's like 60 frames per second, and it's like 120 frames per second on the Xbox Series X. But yeah, it's like, it's a very like good console. So that makes me wonder, like, so when are they going to come out with another console? I feel like this console is already good enough, but that's usually like the time frame, though. It's like 7 years. But wait a second, when did the Xbox, the original Xbox release date, that came out in November? So it's like, yeah, probably like 6-7 years. So we'll get another one, but because then the Xbox 360 release date. Oh, so they all come out in November 2005. Oh, so that wasn't even that much of a difference. Oh, I should have typed in release date. Oh, so same thing, and then yeah, then of course the Xbox. Oh, so wait a minute. So the original Xbox original Xbox release date. It's November 15th. Okay. Then the other one came out 3 days ago, so the 10th. Yeah, the 10th. Okay. So, yeah, that's cool. I never did get a chance to play the OG Xbox. I had, at the time, I had the PlayStation 2, then I had the PlayStation 3, then I had got the Xbox 360 because those consoles was out for so long. And yeah, I think I got mine's like in the final like few years. The 360, because I remember they came out with that Slim, and then they came out with that Xbox 360 that looked like the Xbox One. And then yeah, I was like, I don't know, I don't think anybody had bought that. I was like, I know, because everybody was trying to get the Xbox One. I forgot, it did kind of look like Xbox 360 that looked like Xbox One. Yeah, that looked just like the Xbox One. People still selling it? Oh, wait a minute. Is that the Slim? No, that's the, oh, wow. It was pretty much identical. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, it was just like slightly different, but yeah, that's pretty much identical. That's crazy. Well, that was just a good old just history of the Xboxes. But yeah, just be patient. Wait on it. Then eventually you'll get it. But yeah, don't feed into these resellers. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe. However it's set up. And I have a merch store. Go check it out. Got some merch up for myself, my brand, my podcast. A bunch of stuff is up on there right now. So from stickers to a bunch of things, all right? And more stuff is coming out. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.